laughs, bits, tangents. Matt and Mike, virginal fans, began watching One Piece and everything the show had to offer, and their nonsense ideas drove them to create their podcast.
Buggy the Clown is back. Fuck.
This is a One Piece podcast.
These words lured listeners to their grand show in what's now known as the Fun Piece Podcast.
Yayo, 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 ho ho, set sail for Fun Piece. It's the name of the podcast with Matt and Mike. Yayo, yayo, set sail for Fun Piece.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Fun Piece Podcast. My name is Matt.
My name's Mike. What's the energy we're bringing?
Welcome to the Fun Piece Podcast. It's a little sleepy one, even though it's not sleepy time. Here we are, everyone. We're watching One Piece for the first time and talking about it as we go.
Sometimes 4 episodes worth of content is put into a billion episodes.
Yeah,
we're going to watch it.
Sometimes, so far, 8 episodes of content is put into 2 episodes of anime could have been. It feels like it's filler, but it's not filler. It's so not filler. There's so much information we're getting from all of this, kind of.
It's true. I've never seen so many stills of 3 children beating adults with lead pipes. That's...
We're getting the character
Oda was like, you know what I want to draw? What did you say?
So we're getting the character development that we all wished and hoped for.
Yeah. I guess Luffy doesn't use a lead pipe. I don't know what Ace did with his lead pipe. And Sabo...
What does that mean?
Might have a lead pipe.
What does that mean?
What?
What does that mean? What are you implying about
pipe?
Ace?
Well, he's dead. Also, he didn't use a lead pipe before that.
That's fair. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, maybe...
He could have filled it with gas.
Maybe, like, lead pipe is the stepping stone to devil fruit. Like, you have to master the lead pipe before you're able to get a devil fruit, and Luffy jumped that training phase by immediately eating a devil fruit, so he had to go back and learn the way of the lead pipe.
Do you think that Sabo's going to show up as a adult, right? Well, grown up.
I mean, I feel like they're completely setting it up for that right now, so I would be very...
Unless
I'd be a little concerned
Kid Sabo
if
dies at the end of this.
Well, that's like maybe Kid Sabo dies at the end of this and he's just like a ghost.
Oh, no, that can't be true. I saw a toy of Sabo and I thought it was like a fucked up Sanji.
Yeah, but maybe he's a ghost. Or maybe that's
Ghost
fan
of Sabo's
fiction.
past. Maybe he turns into an island.
Maybe wait, what was Perona's fruit? It wasn't the ghost fruit, right?
It was like the glum fruit.
Cool. Maybe Sabo eats the ghost fruit and becomes a ghost. He's a ghost doctor.
Maybe. I can't believe he was a doctor when he was a child.
I mean, Chopper is the doctor child. Oh my God. So much has happened in the past week, Michael.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit. There was a lot of announcements, wasn't there? I guess we have to talk about One Piece in the first 10 minutes.
We're already talking about it right now.
John DiMaggio's playing Crocodile.
Johnny Manganiello.
Lady Rioli is playing... I don't remember any of these actors' names.
Joe
Flash
Manganiello.
Thompson is
Thompson.
Crocodile.
Tobey Maguire's Flash Thompson is playing Crocodile, Dr. Zero.
Tony Chopper is real.
What did you think about the back of Chopper's head? Did you enjoy it?
I thought it looked exactly like the back of Chopper's head, and I was happy with that. I hope he's like older, like the original look of Chopper, where he had like a big old belly. I want that boy to look full of soup.
Ooh, full of soup.
I want somebody to like shake him around, and they can hear all the soup sloshing.
That's pretty fun, actually.
Do you think Inyaki's going to be like fixated on like his version of Luffy's going to be like, I need to eat this thing? Like I need to eat this little Jamiroquai rat?
I mean, that's kind of what regular Luffy is like. At first he's like, I'm gonna eat you reindeer, you.
Yeah, I feel like early Luffy in One Piece, the anime, was a lot more chaotic and like, you know, not beholden to morals as much as he has become.
Yeah,
like I feel like Inyaki's Luffy is like more what he is now. 500 something episode or 400 something episodes in.
Mm. Interesting.
That's just my thought.
It's just your 2 pence there.
That's my tuppence.
I'm quite excited for all these things to happen. Yeah, Joe Manganiello. How do you say her name? Lyra Abova?
I have no idea. It looks like she's only like done like 2 acting things before.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
And is like a model or something.
Yeah, she's going to be playing Nico Rabin.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think did it concern you at all that Chopper's antlers were fuzzy and his hat was fuzzy, the same kind of fuzz? As if his hat
I mean,
was part
I
of
always
his
registered
body?
his hat. I always registered his hat as being fuzzy in the show.
I agree.
And his antlers should also be fuzzy.
Because he's a reindeer.
Also, we saw 0.2 seconds of the back of his head. I'm willing to bet that if there are any hiccups with rendering, it'll be fine by the time the show comes out.
I mean, I don't care. I'm excited about it. I want.
But what if it turns? What if he turns around? He's got a real man's face.
And he's got Dwayne The Rock Johnson's face, and he's smiling with big, real teeth.
It's Boku a doctor. Buy my tequila.
Terramana doctor. Do you think? Here's the question of the century. Do you think?
Not usually.
do you think that the reveal of? Do you think the reveal of Tony Chopper's like face and self and talking and presence and the fact that his name is Tony Chopper? Do you think that will break through into the mainstream far more than Baby Yoda Grogu did? To the point that people are like, "Who's this adorable little man? I will kill anyone for him."
I don't know if the One Piece Netflix show had the reach that The Mandalorian did when it first came out. I don't know what the numbers are.
I mean, I think,
but it's also like it's not like Disney was like, "Oh, we have a cute thing, let's market it."
Yeah, I understand.
I think
but like Netflix,
in the parallel worlds where they had cast, and the guy playing Dr. Hero looks going to do great, I believe this.
Yeah,
but if they had cast, fuck, I'm blanking on his name. I'll get this in a second. Oh, I can't think of names on the spot, man.
You can't. You're so sleepy today.
Like, I want to see the baby.
I want to see the baby.
I've been listening to his audiobook. I should be
say his name.
Remember this.
Say it.
Say his name.
Give me what I want.
Werner Herzog. Werner Herzog. If they had cast Werner Herzog
why would
Dr. Hero, like...
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say, did they cast Werner Herzog as Tony Chopper?
Oh, if they cast Werner as Tony Chopper.
Tony Chopper.
I love the cotton candy. It
Mike.
fills my little tummy so well.
Mike, they're saving Werner Herzog for the best One Piece character of all time.
Oh my god, Solar Fox Foxy and Sexy Foxy Pirates.
Werner Herzog as Foxy. It's pretty good. I would like to see the grapes.
How would you like to see, as they say, them apples? I mean grapes. I will defeat you and your crew, Monkey Luffy, in the Davy Back fight. It is the most ferocious form of combat on the sea. I remember when I was starting out as a young pirate and I slept on a hay bale in the frigid temperatures. The individual spokes of hay would stick out and poke you in the back. Not once as a child did I get a good night of rest. So now I have aimed to provide comfort to as many pirates as possible.
He's
turning into Bjork at the end.
He's turning it a little into Bjork. It's fine. That's it.
I'd accept Bjork as Foxy.
Bjork as Foxy's pretty good too. Anyway, yeah. I don't know, Mike. Netflix had it as their bio on the Twitter machine. Tony Chopper. That was in their bio.
I think he could. If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be Chopper.
I just want to see, like, driving down the highway, like, full rear view mirror of, like, a giant F-350 truck, just a picture of the Netflix Tony Chopper. Just, like, holding up a mushroom looking so sad. And you're like, hell yeah.
Do you know they're going to, like, put it on the back of a truck where the door's open? He's going to be peeking around the wrong way that he does.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That'd be really good. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Oh yeah.
I think there needs to be as much Tony Chopper merch as possible.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be great. I'm just really excited for the live action. It's very exciting. They got lots of people for season 2. It's very exciting. It's going to happen. They just had their big Geeked Week. Wow. Jeff Ward is Buggy, just continuing.
Just being a little imp.
Just being a little dick. I love it.
I feel like Flash Thompson as Crocodile is very accurate casting because I think Crocodile has the same base motivations as Flash Thompson, which is to try to punch down and not do it very well.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. You know? And then when Crocodile joins the military and then ends up in space, and then he becomes Agent Crocovenom, and then Tom Hardy's there, and then they cross over Netflix and the Venom movies.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
And Deathstroke's there, too.
Yep.
Magic Mike XXL.
Is Don Mangelino also Deathstroke?
He was supposed to be, I think, and then the DC universe got canceled. Not in like a bad
What did it say?
The DC...
I can't believe
the DC universe got caught tweeting some slurs.
Listen.
Yeah, and hey,
if anyone's gonna say some slurs, it's gonna be Batman.
I guess. Ben Affleck as Batman. Anyway.
Do you remember when Batman was just going off about the woke agenda? Joker was like, Batman, you can't say that anymore. He's like, I don't care, Joker. You can't stop me from saying what I want to say. I gotta speak the truth.
Remember when the DC universe gave Batman guns and he had a big sticker on the back of the Batmobile that just said, come and take it.
Oh, the Hollow Earth series?
Yeah.
I think that's what it got. There was Batman with guns.
Batman had a big decal on the side of his Batmobile, and it was a bat hanging out with a snake, and they just said, no steppy.
Oh yeah, he had like a little bat symbol on the back, but it had like a single blue line. It said "Back the Bat in Blue." Bat the Blue.
Oh, Bat the Blue. Yeah, that's pretty good. Anyway, this is a One Piece podcast.
Do you remember when Batman was like, "I really like the Punisher and how he uses guns. He's my favorite Marvel superhero." Man.
This is a One Piece podcast.
It's really hard being this funny, Matt.
It's yeah. I think we did it. That's a whole episode. Yeah, thanks everybody for listening. You can join our Discord, link in the description.
Hey, Matt, what's the One Piece?
The One Piece? It remains to be seen. As of right now, I think it's a lead pipe.
Come on,
but
say
we'll see by the end of this episode if my thoughts change.
I was really hoping you'd take that one. Will you ask me what the One Piece is?
Mike, what's the One Piece?
It's episode 495. Give you a softball there.
Honk. Honk, honk. Honk. Honk.
Honk, honk, honk.
It's been 10 episodes since we last saw Buggy the Clown. This is an official Buggy watch. Buggy D Clown Nefertari, Clown Prince of Alabasta. It's been 10 episodes. Where's the son of my stars? Where is he gone?
I don't know.
Will he ever return?
This is the most flaccid I've ever seen you.
I'm so
sorry.
sad. I was riding such a high.
You got a lot of concentrated Buggy.
We got so much Buggy, and now he's gone. He's never coming back.
Yeah, it's crazy that he died.
He didn't die. He just went into hiding because his ex-boyfriend arrived.
That's true. That's
It's
true.
really upsetting. I hope he comes
Do you
back
think Buggy
stronger
took off-
and more having more mental fortitude.
Do you think Buggy chopped his lips off and then went to smooch Shanks right on his little scar?
Ooh.
I like to kiss you there because you're most sensitive.
I don't know if
And then
scars
Shanks
are more
just-
sensitive. I think scars.
Shanks
they're-
just went.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. That's been a Buggy watch, everyone. I'm so sad. 10 episodes. No fucking Buggy. Anyway, $4.95.
You know what's fun though? Child beater Porchemy has a 69 tattoo on his arm.
He does? Oh shit! I didn't even realize.
Yeah, did you not see that?
No.
He has a big 69 on his arm.
Oh shit! All right, I'm gonna have to look that up next episode I watch.
I'll see if I can find a picture of Porchemy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, holy shit.
Anyway, the boys just busted into this little shack where Porchemy is beating the fuck out of Luffy. Ace fucking knocks dude out with his lead pipe, and then Sabo does the same. Sabo snags a bunch of the pirates. One of them had a knife, and he fucking cuts Luffy loose. Ace won't leave, and he wants to keep fighting, and Sabo's like, "We need to leave."
Yeah. Sabo's definitely
the voice of
the
reason.
smart one.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a very empathetic little boy.
Yeah. But Ace is like, we're not leaving. I want to beat the crap out of this guy. So then Porchemy gets his butt beaten by Ace and Sabo.
Yeah.
So
gets fucked up.
Yeah. Do you like Sabo's little tooth gap? I really like Sabo's little tooth gap. It's a good time. It makes me feel good.
Yes. I was telling my roommate, he's kind of got like Calvin vibes.
Yeah.
Like I would buy a sticker of little Sabo pissing on like a Ford logo.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Or like a baseball team I don't like, whatever that one is.
Ooh.
The Yankees.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's really fun. Maybe if we learn that Sabo shows up in like a later thing and he's not dead or a ghost, maybe whatever villain pirate they're facing when Sabo shows up, it'd be fun to have Sabo pissing on whatever their Jolly Roger is. That'd be fun.
Ooh, yeah. He could be pissing on Blackbeard's Jolly Roger.
Ooh, yeah. Hell yeah. I just
sent you a picture of Porchemy with his arm visible.
I saw it. It looks great. I like the 69. I was thinking to myself, oh, next episode he arrives, I'll watch. But Blue Jam definitely kills Porchemy right here. So definitely not going to see it again.
Yeah, Porchemy gets glocked.
So again,
I can't believe one person died. One Marine dies in One Piece, and it all comes cascading down.
Nobody dies in One Piece except for that one Marine, that guy who turned into dust, Whitebeard, Ace, a couple of 100 people at Marineford, and Porchemy.
Yeah,
and a bunch of other people.
It's an asterisk.
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's totally fine. I thought Blue Jam, the tenor of Blue Jam's voice kind of sounded like Crocodile, which was fun. I didn't.
Do you think we're gonna remember Blue Jam? Because I forget who he is every time he pops on screen.
No, I also forget about him every time he leaves the screen. I'm like, yeah, whatever, don't have to worry about him again. And then he keeps arriving. But I'm imagining he's going to get murdered by some children.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Maybe Dodon will kill him.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be sick. That'd be sick.
I like Dodon.
I like Dodon too. We'll get there.
Okay.
Luffy's sad. He thought he was gonna die. Ace yells at him. And then he's so happy immediately. He's crying because he's so happy because he wasn't left behind.
Yeah, he's got 2 brothers, and he doesn't feel alone when he's around Ace. That's why he follows him all the time.
Yeah. And then Ace, after being skeptical, immediately asks the question where he's like, "Do you think I deserve to live?" Which is like the strangest.
And then little Luffy's just like, "That's fucking weird, man." Yeah.
I just love he's like so fucking serious, and it's just like that's a weird thing to say to someone you've never had really much of a conversation with before.
Yeah.
Anyway, Luffy's like, yeah, of course, and Ace is like, great, you're still annoying. And then they start fighting, and then Sabo breaks it up.
Yep.
So then Luffy and Ace and Sabo go back to the bandit hideout with Sabo, and the bandits are like, who the fuck is this third child? And they're like, oh, he lives here now. It's fine. And Dodon's like, no. And then like, and he's like, no, I live here now. It's great. And then he farts. He farts so hard.
Yeah, there's just a lot of farting. That's kind of what I wrote. I said Sabo introduces himself and farts a lot.
Yep.
And then Dodon's like, fine, we'll keep it. I guess. She loves the kids, but she hates the kids. She's a real parent.
I forget what Sabo says. He like gives like a really backhanded compliment to Dodon.
He keeps calling her a hag.
Yeah, he's like, you're really nice for a hag. And she's just like, fucking, I want to kill this kid.
I like her. She's like, oh, thank you, but stop calling me a hag, please.
Yeah, it's great. The kids stay the night, and she's like, you got to earn your keep. And as soon as it hits morning, they go running off again. And then Sabo, as they're like running away, is like, oh yeah, FYI, Dodon, Blue Jam might be by. Please play it cool. Bye. And then they run away.
Yep.
This is like
Sabo and Ace.
It just turns into very like similar antics for the next like 4 episodes. Yeah. It's just antics.
Yeah, Sabo and Ace learned about Luffy's powers. They're kind of just figuring out stuff we already knew, except for a thing about Sabo.
Yeah.
They give him some fish. He shows off the Gum Gum balloon. Then they kick him around. Then he gets eaten by a crocodile, and then he gets saved from the crocodile. Mm-hmm. Foreshadowing. They go check out the old loot area, and people are like trying to look for him. And then they go to Great Terminal and see that there's like a bunch of people. Then they get caught and run. They have a bounty on their head from Blue Jam, I think.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Dodon and the Dodon family are trying to come up with a plan to deal with Blue Jam, and they're just like, we're just going to pretend like we don't know them.
Yep. And then they do the thing that Luffy did where they do really terrible lying and their lips go to the side.
And then it's just like a montage of Ace, Sabo, and Luffy.
Yeah, they like roll up with a giant crocodile. They got food for them and the bandits, and then the narrator just does like a montage of like, and then the boys did their best learning in living.
Yeah. I mean, the title for this one I called Child Stuff Happens Part 1.
Yep. How many more parts will there be?
You'll find out.
In episode
496. 3 kids in a trench coat.
Yep. Luffy tries the Gum Gum pistol and he punches himself.
Yep. And he's really struggling with the pistol.
Yep. Ace beats Sabo in a fight.
Yeah, Ace is the strongest boy.
Yep. And then Sabo fights Luffy, and then he goes to do a little Gum Gum shield by interlocking his fingers, but then Sabo just slingshots Luffy's own fingers into his face.
Yeah.
And then we see, like, basically they're like, we each do 100 fights a day, 50 against each. So like, it's just like fucking three hooligans with pipes just being like, we got to get stronger by just beating the shit out of each other every day.
That's how it works.
I guess.
That's how you get stronger, is you just get hit a lot.
You just get hit a lot by the same people over and over and over again until you're strong.
Yeah. They go crocodile hunting. We got information on the Great Gate where trash just gets dumped and people loot and resell it in Edgetown.
Edgetown. You know what happens there? A lot of stuff, there, but not to completion.
I hate.
Sorry.
I don't like. Man, I just don't. Edge, whatever. Edge is fine. I think it's funny because there's a whole browser called Edge. I'm a little bitter that the word goon has been taken from us. I liked when like Batman would fall through a skylight and punch a bunch of goons in the face. But now if you say that, somebody's gonna be like, he did what to who? He was gooning them.
Do you know what else happens in Edgetown?
What?
On this day, I see clearly. That's everything's come to life. It's and then Edge comes out of the smoke, and he starts going like this, and then there's fireworks going. But
the last firework doesn't go off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, Edge is the name of the professional wrestler. He's Adam Edge Copeland. It's very exciting.
Adam Edge
Copeland. He's also an actor. You might have seen him in stuff.
Is he better than what's his face there?
Who?
The guy who bit somebody.
What?
The guy who bit somebody. Bit like Kenny Omega or something.
Who?
Was he? CM Punk. I watched a movie with CM Punk and I was like, this guy sucks. And then I didn't realize it was CM Punk the entire movie.
Edge can like actually act. I would put him on like the level of acting ability. This sounds bad, but Dave Bautista's gotten very good at acting. Dave Bautista is
the most powerful wrestler actor.
Yeah, I would put Edge on the same level as Dave Bautista acting ability. He was in that new Percy Jackson show on Disney Plus. He played Ares. He was in like a bunch of episodes.
Okay.
He's pretty good. He was in that show Vikings as well.
Huh. That makes sense.
He can like.
I feel like Dave
act.
Batista. Out of like the holy trinity of wrestling actors, which is Batista,
Cena,
John Cena, and The Rock.
Yeah.
I feel like Batista's the strongest. John Cena's like the middle because he at least knows what he is.
Yeah. He plays into what he's good at. Yeah.
I feel like The Rock thinks he's playing elevated roles, but is just always himself.
Agreed.
Yes. Yeah. There's not a range, which isn't bad.
Yeah. I'd probably
I'd
probably put Edge between Cena and Batista, closer to Batista.
Yeah, I like to edge between Cena and Batista myself.
Yeah, they had some good feuds. Fucking, have you seen Knock at the Cabin?
No. Isn't that a M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Yeah, Batista's the lead in it. Pretty good.
Whoa, crazy.
Pretty good.
He doesn't get old on a beach, does he?
He doesn't get old on the beach, no.
Okay.
I wish.
The town wasn't in modern day the whole time?
Maybe.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
Anyway, the kids are stacked in a trench coat. They're bringing the crocodile skin to the city to sell.
Yeah, they're trying to go to Hightown.
They beat up a bunch of muggers who try to mug them of their skin. And then,
what was it called? The Agoa Kingdom?
Yeah, the Goa Kingdom. Yeah.
The Goa Kingdom, not Agoa. Okay.
Not Goa.
Where everybody's rich except Windmill Village.
Yeah, which is, where Luffy's from. Anyway, they sold the crocodile skin, and then they're like, let's go get some ramen. And the dude tries to turn them away, and then Sabo pulls out a little ornate symbol belt buckle thing he's got. And then the guy at the ramen place is like, of course. And gets them a little private room. And then when he's asked about it, Sabo's just like, I found it on the street.
Yeah. And then they eat a lot of ramen for a while.
They eat
they jump out a window.
26 bowls of ramen. which means 2 of them had 2 more bowls than the other one. I wonder who it was.
Crazy.
I wonder who didn't get that 3rd bowl of ramen.
I don't know.
Or Luffy just ate 2 extra bowls.
That's probably what
That's
happened.
probably what happened.
That's probably what happened.
They left, Luffy did what he did at the Baratier. He left a little piece of paper with a treasure tab for his...
Oh, yep.
Yeah. He's like, I'll pay you back later. And then we see a random old dude who's also a doctor because he has a top hat. And he's shouting at Sabo. And he's like, Sabo, is that you? I thought you were dead. Come home, please, Sabo. Come home.
I wrote some Lucci-looking motherfucker.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, Rob Lucci's a doctor.
Rob Lucci's a doctor.
Shit, he's a shitty doctor like that guy from Whitebeard's crew.
Crazy. That, yeah, tracks.
Do you think he's like
That's how we got that man's brain into that pigeon.
Do you think? Yeah. Do you think he's like a University of Phoenix online doctor?
Why are you throwing shade specifically at the University of Phoenix?
Isn't that a
Yeah.
joke? Isn't that a joke? The University of Phoenix online? Isn't that a joke?
I have no idea.
Maybe I'm confusing it with something else. Sorry if you went to
I don't know,
University
yeah.
of Phoenix.
I'm not. UP. Yeah, that's an appropriate acronym.
Yeah. Anyway, dude's yelling at Sabo. They run away, and then Luffy and Ace are like, "Hey, Sabo, what the fuck is that about?" And then Sabo really shyly, as he's picking his nose, is like, well, I guess I could tell you I've actually been lying to you this whole time. My parents aren't dead. I'm actually the son of a noble.
The son of a nobleman.
And I'm sorry. And then Luffy's just like, cool, he said he's sorry. We're good. And then Ace is like,
Yeah.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, even like he says that, and they're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, effort, yeah.
Yeah.
But
we get a flashback from the flashback.
yeah,
Where
we're going deep.
We're going deep, another level deeper, where we get like Sabo basically ran away because he wasn't happy, and his parents told him he'd be happy if he studied real hard. And then he drew pictures for his dad, and his dad's like, fuck you, I don't like your pictures, I don't got time for this. And then another rich kid tries to make Sabo carry him, and Sabo's like, no. And the rich kid's like, okay, and comes out with him with a knife. So then Sabo kicks his ass, and then his mom takes the rich kid's side, which is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Like that.
His parents basically just like love money and property and status, and not really having a son.
Yeah, their child is just like a tool to be used, kind of deal. At least as Sabo tells it.
Yeah. So then he tells how he would go to sneak to Great Terminal, and they treated him like a human. A human.
Yeah, he got to hear a lot of stories about pirate stuff.
Yeah. So he's like, so then they all are like, Ace and Luffy are like, well, that's sucks, but glad you're here. And Ace is like, I'm going to be a strong, great pirate. I'm going to be a legend. And Luffy's like, I'm going to be king of the pirates. And Sabo's like, I'm going to write a book about pirates for kids.
Yep. Hey, you know, noble dreams. Noble dreams.
Yeah.
Doesn't I feel like Ace says something that is like foreshadowing his own death at some point during this episode.
I mean, the way he's like, he doesn't say he wants to be king of the pirates. He just says he wants to be a legend of sorts.
Oh, yeah. He'll be remembered even after he dies.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my MVP, is that line.
Hell yeah.
He's like, hey, buddy, guess what?
Yeah, it's true. It's going to happen.
Spoilers.
But they all...
Have you seen the latte art?
Yeah, they all want to be... Have you seen the latte art? They all want to be pirates, but they only have money for one ship. They all want to be the captain.
Yep.
But they can't all be a captain.
We can't all be the captain.
And then Ace stole some sake from Dadan, and they do a 3-way cheers. 3-way climax, best friends forever.
Yep, and then they're brothers.
Do you know that song?
No, I didn't know what that was.
Oh, okay. Someone will get it. Someone will like that. It's from a Lonely Island song. It's about the three of them meeting an alien from another planet who is like, I don't need to go into the details of this song. It's fine.
Keep going.
It's about an alien, and the alien's like, I need to go back to my planet to save it, and I need your seed. And the three of them are like, that's weird. And it's like, I've got 3 holes. You have, and then it's a song about that. It sounds really gross the more I'm explaining it.
Do they have sex with the alien?
Yeah, and then one of the lines is 3-way climax, best friends forever.
You know, I just saw Alien Romulus, and that movie had a guy who had a hole.
Yeah? You could probably fit
a lot of Twinkies in that hole, man.
I haven't seen it yet. Is it good? I bet it's good. I bet you liked it.
It's an alien.
I bet you liked it.
I did.
It's an alien movie. Mike said it's an alien movie, folks. Here it is. After you've been a hater about it for weeks.
Yeah, it was a fun schlocky little movie.
Schlocky, you say?
Yeah. So one day somebody will make an alien movie and it won't have an opening shot of a drinky bird, and I'll be proud of them.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Did Prometheus have a drinky bird?
I don't remember. It's been a bit. Anyway.
Maybe the drinky bird was us the whole time.
I was the drinky bird. Blop. Plop.
You know, you Prometheus freaks will love Alien Romulus. It's got some stuff just for you, little perverts.
Gonna Prometheus until I Romulus. Episode 497.
I can never covenant. 3.
It's meat eating time.
My title for this one was ASL.
Oh yeah, American Sign Language.
Yeah.
They're American Sign Language crew.
Yeah.
The American Sign Language Pirates.
I was going for, was it the age, sex, location?
Oh.
The classic. Do you not remember that?
No. I don't.
That was like an old internet thing.
No. I don't.
Yeah.
I honestly have no idea what that is. I thought it was funny because American Sign Language. I was like, oh, that's the ASL Pirates. They're all just
the
like
ASL Pirates.
They're all just like.
That's exciting. Luffy might be really good at that too.
Yeah.
Really like make it clear what his hands are doing.
Oh, he's making huge hands.
No, that was like an old
sign
like AOL
from so far
Messenger.
away. You could sign from so far away.
Oh yeah, with Gear 3.
Yeah.
That was like an old AOL Instant Messenger thing. You just be like ASL, and they tell you their age, their sex, and their location.
Did you meet strangers on Instant Messenger? How?
Chat rooms.
Oh, I don't know if I ever went on chat rooms on AIM. I think I just had like the handles of my friends.
Like friends?
Or like,
yeah, that's the smart way to do it.
Or like
you're probably supervised as a child.
Or if I had a crush on someone, like I would like hand them a little note with mine, and then they would give me a note back with theirs, and then we would chat over the summertime, and then nothing would happen because I was 12 years old.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that's all I got for that. I just thought it was funny. ASL, it's got layers.
Hell yeah. Anyway, they're eating meat. Everyone's freaking out. We got 3 naked kids. They got to clean up every night after dinner, and they finish.
Yeah, they keep mugging people.
Yeah, all the bandits got clean up after the boys after dinner because they make a mess every night. And then Don finally goes to sleep and is like, oh, finally, everything's fine. I can go to bed, my safe haven. And then the 3 boys start fucking fighting in the loft directly above her bed. And then Luffy gets launched through the floor and hits Don right as Don's having a lovely dream about being in a field of flowers and just having a really enjoyable time.
Yep. And then it's like a little fairy pixie Luffy appears in her dream and punches her in the gut.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Didon wants to kick the kids out, but then fucking Miss Makino and Whoop Slap roll up to the bandit hideout.
Yeah, Mayor Whoop Slap.
Whoop Slap. Whoop Slap. Makino's got new clothes for Ace and Sabo and Luffy. And they got a whole feast of food for the boys and the bandits and Didon.
Yep.
And then the kids are talking about who's going to be the best pirate. And then fucking Garp shows up and he just starts punching everyone.
This is how you do horror. This is how you do horror. You have characters doing something, a scene in the foreground, and then the background, the monster's just there.
Yeah.
Because there's no sting, there's nothing. There's just Garp's shadow in the fucking like door frame.
Yeah.
And I was like, hell yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah, he just starts punching all of them, and then he immediately starts chasing them through the woods. And it's just and then like it's like, what the fuck is that? Like a full-on horror movie. Just starts chasing him through the woods.
The shit out of this. Takes Sabo and spins him really fast.
Yeah. Having never met Sabo ever. And then he immediately just goes back to the hideout and gets drunk with Didon and the bandits.
Yeah. And then the boys run away.
Yep.
And then in the morning he's like, I don't give a shit, and just leaves.
Yeah. They leave a note saying they're running away, and Garp's like, you got to figure it out. I'm leaving. And then leaves. He just shows up for a night, beats a bunch of people up in parties, and then he's like, bye, figure it out, or I'll kill you.
Shows up for a night, beats a couple kids, drinks, leaves.
And then we get like Didon basically being like, I don't care, kids left, it's fine. But then deep down she misses them. And the kids definitely miss Didon as well.
And then with Didon, with the help of Dagra and Magra. Dagra and Magra. Yeah. They go looking for the boys.
And Magra. Now that I've said their names once, we will never see them again.
I don't remember one of the fucking lieutenant admirals. Yellow?
Kizaru?
Don't give a shit.
He's going to show up.
Dagra and Magra. They're the real ones.
Dagra and Magra. If Dagra and Magra show up,
I don't care if they show up again. You put respect on the two dads of Luffy, Ace, and Sabo.
I don't know if they're dads. I think they're like fun uncles.
Collectively, they form one dad. Separately, they are fun uncles, individuals.
I think they're
Don is mom.
I think collectively they're one stepdad.
I'll take that.
Yeah,
but they're like a fun stepdad. They're like a good stepdad.
Yeah, like this other guy they're gonna meet soon.
Yeah,
that's the next episode. Anyway,
Don Flamingo's dad.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll explain it.
Anyway,
it's just the sunglasses. It's just the sunglasses.
Didon sends fucking Dagra and Magra out to look for him, and then Sabo designed the boys a hideout. So then we have a montage of them building a sweet tree fort that also looks like a ship with a little like fucking crow's nest and everything. They basically build a ship in a tree, which is cool.
Yep.
And it has an ASL Jolly Roger.
Yeah.
American Sign Language. They did it first, baby. They did it first.
They have like a whole like pretending to be pirates thing, and Sabo has to tell Luffy how to say words right.
Yep.
That's nice. Dagra and Magra immediately find their fort.
Yep. They're like, well, they're safe. We'll leave them.
Yeah. And Didon's just like, they go tell Didon. She's like, it's whatever. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't give a
she
shit.
said she doesn't care, but she's also, there's a fucking stack of cigarette butts next to her. She's just fucking chain smoking, like, oh God, where have they been? But she's like, it's fine. I don't care. I don't care where they've been.
My grandfather smoked a lot.
Yeah.
So it means that Didon smells like home.
Yeah.
I know exactly what that woman smells like.
My neighbor across the street, growing up, his family, his parents both smoked a lot, and we spent a lot of time over there. So like the smell of, not to talk about, I feel like we talked about cigarettes a lot on this podcast.
Don't smoke.
Don't smoke. Smoking's bad.
But they make you look cool. But at what cost?
If you are not a fully realized human being, don't smoke, please. If you are after fully grown and not developing any of your vital organs anymore. Also, don't smoke, but like if you do, you're a grown-ass adult. Make better decisions.
You can split the difference. You buy one pack of cigarettes, and you just keep one cigarette behind your ear all the time.
Yeah, just
so
to
people
look cool.
think you smoke, but you don't.
Yeah,
so you
just
seem
to look
cool,
cool,
but your lungs are healthy and happy. Also, don't vape. It's like smoking, but less cool.
Yeah,
and worse somehow.
Yeah.
Is secondhand vaping bad?
I don't fucking know.
I got stuck in a van with a guy, and he would not stop cotton candy vaping all over the goddamn place.
I'm so sorry.
It was a bad time.
Anyway, cigarettes smell like home and safe, which is probably not good. But that's what happens when you're
a
child
podcast.
When you're a child and you're around secondhand smoke all the time when you're a kid.
Yep. Fun Piece Podcast brought to you by Secondhand Smoke.
Yeah, here we are.
I bet Sabo's gonna vape.
Sabo's definitely got a vape stuck in his hat.
Ace definitely vaped.
Oh yeah, for sure. Anyway, the three boys are asleep in their fort, and then Dawn walks up and she's like, "There they are," and then she's peeking in the window and she sees a blanket had come off of Luffy, so she's like, "Gotta fix that." So then she goes in.
Yeah, it's like, "Oh, he's gonna be cool."
So then she goes to put the blanket on him, but a booby trap that Sabo set up launches her out of the tree. And then she fucking just hits the fucking forest floor, and then Sabo and all them wake up, and they're like, "Huh? Oh, I think it went off by accident." Then
she gets hit so quietly. She just goes, huh.
Yeah. And then they think it went off by accident. They're like, "We got to set that better." And then they go back inside, and then she's like, "Whatever. I'm fucking out of here. I don't care anymore."
Yeah.
And that's it. That's
the Dawn getting Home Alone.
Yeah, pretty much. It was awesome.
MVP is American Sign Language.
Yeah, it is.
Episode 498. I forgot to write a title down, so I'm going to say Child Stuff Happens Part 6.
Nice. That's true.
Part 4? Part 4.
Part
6?
It's winter. Winter has come.
It's winter. Winter has come. And they're getting chased by a Dampa.
They're
chasing a Dampa.
They're being chased by a polar bear with a ski mask on.
It's a Dampa.
A polar bear with a ski mask on. Walking Bear's
It's a Dampa.
Walking Bear's criminal uncle. This Walking Bear's not
Flamingo Don Quixote.
Walking Bear Flamingo Dumpinoti.
Dumpanoti. Dump Flamingo Dump Quixote.
Dumpy.
Big Dump Flamingo.
Big Dump Flamingo. Dampa Odie. Anyway,
Don Flamingo Do Quixote.
This is Walking Bear's not so fun uncle who likes to kill children.
Yeah. But joke's on him because he gets murdered by children.
Yeah, but then there's a tiger, a big old tiger.
Big old tiger.
And then Luffy's like, "But hey, that's our bear, tiger." And then Ace and Sabo are like, "We need to leave now, sir. That's a giant ass tiger." So they take him away before he gets killed. We see the three of them on a rope bridge and then there's a smaller bear. What? I wrote 3 on rope bridge with smaller bear. They got they
caught another bear, and then Luffy starts like jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of sirens happening.
That's okay. Are you okay? Did you do something wrong?
I think so. I'm gonna go look outside my window. You talk about bears.
That's fine. Yeah, the three of them are on a rope bridge. The smaller bear they caught, and then Luffy starts jumping, and then he like almost dies falling off. But they save him from falling, and then he's like, "Oh, I love having big brothers." Luffy then is having a conversation with Sabo and Ace, and he's basically telling them, he's like, "We all need to be on the same crew, but because we're so good together. We're so good at working together, but none of them want to give up the fact of being captain." So then they all agree that they're going to fight that giant tiger who took their big bear, and then whoever gets the final hit on the tiger to kill him gets to be captain. It's a solid plan.
It is.
So what is
it?
it?
A solid plan.
So
it's a very boy plan.
It's a very boy plan. So what do? What's their big scheme to attract that tiger? They just strap fish to their bodies.
Yeah. And then what shows up? A giant bear.
Because bears like fish.
Bears do like fish.
Yep.
Ace wallops it pretty good on the head, and it gets a big old like bonk, like welt thing. That like anime welt, the cartoon.
Yeah.
Bump.
Pisses that bear
Single
off.
Single scoop bump. Yeah, but the bear's too strong, and the boys are gonna get attacked by the bear. But then a hammer comes out of nowhere and hits the bear.
Brings the hammer down. And who is it? It's an old man.
It's an old man with a mustache
And
cool hat, and Don Flamingo glasses,
and
a hat.
what kind of hat?
It's kind of like a floppy hat.
Oh, I thought it was a top hat.
It's not a top hat.
It was kind
There's
of
a
like
name for that type of hat.
Yeah, it's almost a top hat. It's fine. He's not a doctor.
It kind of looks like we've seen like images of the time skip designs. It kind of looks like the one that Usopp gets.
Oh, what? You have to send that to me. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, fucking old man appears, starts fighting the bear, and then he opens his eyes wide around his Don Flamingo glasses, and he looks at the bear, and he's got hockey.
He does, yeah. He does the like glares at the bear so hard it gives up.
Yeah, and the bear gets up on two legs and then walks away.
Yep.
Why?
Like bears do.
So he basically did the thing that Ace did to that Sea King, where he like stares at him, and the Sea King's like, "All right, I'll get out of here."
Oh, Shanks.
Yeah. Who did I say?
Yeah.
Who did I say?
You said Ace. Same difference.
Sorry, Shanks. Shanks.
They're in the
same.
show about the same amount.
So far, Ace has been in it way more than Shanks.
That's true. Like infinitely more.
Yeah. They talk about Shanks a lot, though. Fucking, why didn't Shanks just use his hockey before the fucker ate his arm?
Maybe Shanks isn't very smart.
I mean, I think we've acknowledged this. Yeah, I think so. But you think he would be like, "All right, I have hockey. I don't have to fight this at all." And then just like...
Well, he had to like act really fast to save Luffy, I guess. I mean, he didn't have time to activate his eyeballs.
Yeah. He had to keep it... He can't swim. He can't swim with his eyes open. It's salt water.
Salt water. Yeah, that's it. You got it. You figured it out.
He didn't want to keep his eyes open because he can get salt in his eyes. That makes sense.
Classic Fun Piece decoding and unraveling all the mysteries of One Piece. Why did it happen? We know. We'll figure it out. We'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, we are the detectives. We know how to catch the truth. Anyway, Bear goes away. Then we learn that this old man's name is Nagiri, not like the sushi. Maybe
Naguri.
Naguri.
Naguri, I think.
Oh, I thought it was
Nagari. Nagari is what.
Sorry, Nagari. I thought it was whatever. Nagari. He used to be a pirate captain.
He did, yeah.
And then apparently he used to grab stuff in Gray Terminal and make weird stuff out of it. According to Sabo. We learn more about this later. Apparently, Nagari's crew was challenged by Gold Roger's crew. They lost, and then they broke up because of the loss. And then at this point, I was like, do you think he was on Squard's crew?
This guy seems pretty... wait, wasn't he a captain?
Yes, it wasn't Squard's crew, but I was thinking maybe it was Squard's crew.
So this guy used the same hockey that like Luffy used when he yelled, right? And didn't somebody say like only like a few people?
I don't think that's the same hockey.
Oh, it's a different.
I think
it's eyeball hockey.
And
then there's mouth hockey.
I think there's eyeball hockey, and then there's like yell so loud everyone around you passes out hockey. Because he used hockey like, I'm gonna look at you, bear, and you're gonna stop being a bear and start walking on two hind legs and walk away from me hockey. Where Luffy used his Conqueror's hockey where he yelled and everyone passed out. Which I think are two different things just by the process of my own deductions. Because we, here on the Fun Piece podcast, we know how to catch the truth.
We do. We know how to catch a predator and catch the truth.
Exactly. That's our new catchphrase for season 2 of the Fun Piece podcast. We catch the truth.
What are the... What flavors of hockey do we have? We got eyeball hockey that makes animals stop.
We got eyeball hockey, animals stop. We got yelly hockey.
Is yelly hockey and the presence hockey that like Shank's just walking onto a boat making people pass out? Is that the same?
I think so.
Okay. It's kind of like an aura sort of thing.
Aura hockey.
And then there's punching hockey where you can hit people. Or you can't be hit normally.
There's punching hockey, or does that also entail arrow hockey that the Kuja pirates?
I think that's like, I feel like it's like putting energy into your fists or a weapon or something to be able to hit somebody.
Right, so cool. We got 3.
And then there's getting hit. Is there getting hit hockey?
Getting hit hockey. Sure.
I don't know if that is one or if I'm thinking of Iron Body.
I think you're thinking of Iron Body.
Yeah. And then there's moon hockey where you can double jump. And then there's kicking hockey where you can slice the air. Then there's fingering
hockey. Yeah. I think anyway, there's a bunch of hockeys. I'm sure it'll be acknowledged at some point and explained to us.
Leagues.
Maybe it'll be explained to us by a narrator. In a fun graphic.
Street hockey.
Ooh, street
ice hockey.
Roller hockey. Table.
Do you think we'll get somebody with like ice fruit powers in hockey that like does hockey and also does hockey?
Maybe.
Oh, no. Sorry.
1 second. I don't know if this is coming through.
Maybe I can't hear it on Discord, but
we'll find out.
I'm sure it'll come through.
We'll find out.
Getting levels? You getting levels?
I might be getting levels from Pippa. She's like getting up on top of me right now.
I forgot Aokiji existed for a second.
Yeah.
I forgot what his power was.
Hell yeah.
See, As Old Man, Bear, Shanks.
Old Man Bear, so that happens. Ace disappears right after fucking Nagari's like, it was an honor to fight Gold Roger's crew, like even if we lost to him.
They all have eat the fish that the bear didn't take, and he says that he used to be a pirate, and
his crew broke up.
Did we talk about that?
Yeah, we did. Then Luffy's basically like,
I'm so god.
Luffy's like, I want you to train me, and then Ace disappears, and then Sabo tells Luffy. Because they get into like a bit of a argument because Ace is like, you lost to Gold Roger, blah, 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 blah. Gold Roger sucks. And the guy's like, no, Gold Roger's the man.
It's like, yeah, he could have killed me, but he didn't.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that. It's my favorite thing a person can do.
Yeah. So then Sabo tells Luffy that he's like, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but Gold Roger is Ace's dad.
He tells Luffy and then just a random old man.
Yeah. And he's like, you're not supposed to tell anyone about this, okay? And then they go to meet up with Ace, and then Luffy immediately is like, all right, so, like, how's it going, Ace? Your dad's Gold Roger. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So then they start fighting, and then Ace gets mad because Sabo broke his trust. And so then he's like, you're dead to me. And then we cut over, and we see Sabo's dad meeting with Blue Jam. And then...
Blue Jim.
And then we hear that the Celestial Dragons are going to be visiting Goa.
Yep. Dadan's reading the newspaper, and she's like, where's Goa? And they're like, the country we're in.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, they're making a big to-do about these Celestial Dragons. And they're like, it's crazy that you can read, Dadan.
Yep. And that's the end of the episode.
The MVP was Don Flamingo's sunglasses on Nagari, because Nagari is Don Flamingo's dad.
Whoa.
Canon.
Excuse me. Canon.
They look the same. They both are just real nice guys.
Do you remember? Maybe that's why maybe for the past however many years that Nagari's been on Goa rebuilding what we soon see as his ship. Maybe he pooped his pants real bad when Gold Roger beat him, and he's been cleaning himself up ever since in the waters of Goa.
That might be it.
And maybe...
And during that time, he gave birth to his son, and he had to give it to a noble family to take care of. That's why Sabo has blonde hair, and it makes sense because Don Flamingo is probably 20 years old. So then Sabo changes his name to Don Flamingo.
Oh.
If it's spelled backwards, it spells Sabo.
I was going to say maybe he's finally cleared the poop from his butt. And Nagari gets on his ship and he sails over to where the celestial dragons are. And then he gets with one of the celestial dragons, and then the celestial dragon pops out a poopy butt Don Flamingo.
Oh, right.
Because it's genetic. Poopy butt is genetic.
What if Don Flamingo was
only 13?
7 years younger than Luffy?
He's just a nasty little guy. Guy.
I'm only 10 years old. You're like, oh, what?
Ew, gross. We uncovered the truth, everyone. Because we know how to catch the truth.
Hey, Google. How old is Don Flamingo Don Quixote?
Wow, you pronounced that perfectly. I can't believe you.
Google says, sorry, I don't understand. Hey, Google. Thank you. No response. Wow. Fuck. Technology sucks, man.
You're welcome, everyone listening on a Google phone. Episode 499.
499. The Secret Captain Sauce. That's not a good title.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Sauce. I got so tired.
That's fine. Ace and Sabo getting chased by a tiger. Where's Luffy? We don't know. A tree falls down, almost crushing them. And who is it? It's Luffy. He's with Nagari. But the tiger gets away.
Boys are like, where's Luffy? We want to find Luffy. There's Luffy. Luffy did it. We love Luffy.
Yeah, we see. And then Luffy invites Sabo and Ace to the beach where they've got Nagari's sweet beach camp in a little cove.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty sweet. Pretty cool.
It's a good time.
It's like training ground, gym for Luffy, and also like workshop space / living space for Nagari as he works on his big ship.
Yep. Luffy shows off he's getting better with the Gum pistol, but he can't aim it for shit. He always hits Nagari.
Yep. He only hits Nagari. He's like, I'm getting better. And Nagari's like, ugh.
Yeah. I think Ace is like, what have you been doing to like what is this training? But he's like, I've just been having to carry stuff and cut trees down. That's it. Like, I haven't actually been training him to do anything.
I'm just using him for labor.
Yeah, he's just walking a lot. Yeah. And then he asks if Nagari also hates Roger, and I think this is when he's like, nah, he could have killed me, but he didn't.
Yeah.
But I could imagine that if he had a son, he would fucking hate Roger. I would never be a pirate if I was his son. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
So then Ace fights Nagari and loses.
Yeah.
And then Nagari's like, you want to see my cool ship? And they go, yeah. And they do. And he's like, I'm going to go find my crew. That's my dream. And they're all like, aren't you kind of old? And he's like, you're never too old to chase your dream.
Yeah.
Remember that, boys. Love it. I love a motivated old man character like that. It's a good time.
He says that?
Because I think I'm going to hit like 70, God willing. And then finally I'll be like, I'm going to achieve those things that I meant to achieve 50 years ago.
What is it? We'll do a little ship in a bottle here. What's the dream you want to achieve, Mike? This is putting you on the spot.
I'm trying to think. I know I was like, my knee-jerk response is like things I probably shouldn't say on a recorded podcast.
Okay, then don't say it.
Okay.
What's our goal for the podcast? Ooh,
and they were just like, they weren't real things. It was like my goal for when I'm 70 is to keep doing the Fun Piece podcast.
Yeah, we hope Oda is still making One Piece when we're 70 years old. In 36 years, Oda will still be writing One Piece. Anyway, we get a shipbuilding montage.
I want to learn how to spoon. Do the spoon. We get 2 spoons. You're like,
oh, I thought you were going to say learn how to spoon like the laying down with a person.
No, I'm really good. I'm really good at that.
Are you the little spoon?
It's the prize for the mic hunt.
That's an extra surprise for while on the mic hunt, you'll be given the opportunity to change sides. Where
oh yeah,
if you reach a certain location where Mike is all greased up, you're able to choose sides. But in order to do that, you have to successfully spoon with Mike.
Yep, that's true.
He's gonna be he's gonna be so slippery.
It's legally binding.
Yeah,
but my I may be slippery, but my grip is firm.
But loving and consensual. Yes.
All consenting.
The mic hunt is nothing but consent.
It's true. Before you kill me, you have to say, "Can I kill you?" And I'll always say yes.
I thought we established it's not a killing hunt.
Oh, is it not?
It's a catching hunt. Because we always catch the truth.
And we always catch Mike. You'll never catch me.
Anyway, shipbuilding montage. Ace and Sabo are fighting. Luffy goes to Gum Gum Pistol again, and he hits Nagiri again. He then tells...
You miss Zoro, don't you?
What?
You miss.
I miss the Straw Hats so fucking much. It's been so long.
It's crazy that this arc wasn't before Marineford. That was like a perfect window where I wasn't like tensed up about anything. But if they like put that, like, I don't know, between Impel Down, Marineford, and then we got Marineford, and then we could just go see the fucking Straw Hats again.
I mean, I think this is a good way to like unpack Luffy's fucking trauma and baggage. After he just like had this whole like fucking mental breakdown.
Yeah, we get to see them be the like most well-adjusted street urchins.
Yeah, and it's like a way of like, I'm sure it will wrap up in a way where you're like feeling really good about Ace and his relationship with Luffy. This cannot end with tragedy. It can't. They're setting it up so much to basically build up like Luffy has another person in this world that he can count on other than Ace as his person.
You don't think this is going to end with like the gang breaks up kind of thing where
I think
Sabo gets split up?
I think it will, but not in in a way that's like filled with like hate or malice or like a grudge. I think it's just like we have to go our separate ways because we have different dreams. But like we'll always be brothers. And like
what if Sabo turns out to be like a world government stooge later on?
I mean, I think it will end up it'll be for a good story because it's like, but he's the same way like Luffy and Kobe still have that relationship of like Luffy was able to make it so Kobe could have the courage to set off and fulfill his dream that he always had. Like that's like what Luffy does. He enables people to fulfill their dreams. So like that's his superpower more than gum-gumming anything. But like I cannot see this ending with we're making jokes. This is me putting jokes outside the room. I don't think this is going to end in like tragedy because I think the storytelling of it is like building up. Like Luffy didn't lose everything from his childhood in losing Ace. Like he does still have this other brother out there somewhere that he can find and still have a piece of Ace with him.
Like we get confirmed that pretty much everybody here is like still around.
Yeah. So like I think it hit so fucking hard because it was like, oh shit, Luffy's only like rock is gone. But now it's like building up this separate thing of like his main source of like of brotherly love, whatever the fuck, is gone, but he still has Sabo.
there's a fun thing to unpack there. Like, I imagine Luffy's going to continue to struggle with what happened to Ace, which is justified, right? Like, but it is like kind of that. I bet this is going to be a little bittersweet because it's going to have that feeling of like when you are a kid and like you remember you're like, oh, I used to hang out with like Billy or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And me and Billy were best friends throughout like elementary school and middle school, and then we just like high school like drifted apart as people.
Yeah.
But like you still might catch up occasionally.
Yeah.
But then like you, as you get older, like you end up like filling your life with these other people, and then like really like focusing on who you want to be around.
Yeah.
And like that's what Luffy's crew is now. Like that's his like newfound family and everything.
Yeah.
And sometimes your brother gets impaled by a magma man.
Yeah.
And that's how relationships can end.
It's like when Superman's dad died from sickness and not from a tornado that he very easily could have stopped or saved his father from. It's like when his father, his
What?
pa, when Superman's Pa Kent died from sickness. Because he couldn't muscle his way into saving his father
Okay.
by using his superpowers.
I was like,
instead of just
Matt,
racing over
Matt,
very
his parents-
fast and using his powers to go save his father from a tornado.
Matt, his parents blew up on Krypton. And then I remembered his real parents.
Yeah.
The parents that stepped up.
It's the same way. Like Luffy couldn't save Ace.
Mm-hmm. It's exactly the same.
exactly the same thing.
It's exactly the same.
Yep. Anyway, there's a real pirate ship in a cliff. Nagari's been building it from scratch from gray terminal garbage. He's going to find his ship. They do shipbuilding montage. So exciting. We already talked about this. That Nagari says the true test of a captain is loyalty and approval of the crew. It's pirates, not just physical strength. So then the next morning they launch the ship into the sea.
Do you think that whole thing is like a little bit kind of like a hint at the whole situation between like because I feel like there's Blackbeard and there's Luffy.
Yeah.
I feel like those are like two like opposing sides that are going toward the same destination.
Yeah.
And Blackbeard's entire approach is to get the most powerful people.
Yeah.
Right? But like there is no connective tissue. There's no love there.
No.
They will all drop him at a moment's notice. It is all about power.
Yeah.
Whereas Luffy's crew is completely held together by love and affection for each other because they have all helped each other so much.
Yeah.
And even though some might not be as like physically intimidating as others, they all make a cohesive unit.
Yeah.
In a way that a bunch of serial killers don't.
Think about it like this, though. That's all well and good. Those two, Buggy of the Buggy Pirates is probably the most, the best captain because his crew is the most loyal
approval.
and has the most approval of a crew of all pirates whatsoever.
You've got me. Luffy primarily has like well-meaning, considerate people who may have gone through some stuff but now have like some good foundation.
Yeah.
Buggy is followed entirely by some of the most heinous criminals of the world,
Yeah.
and they love him unconditionally.
They love him unconditionally, and they'll do whatever they can to push him forward to achieve his dreams, like completely figure out how to use video transponder equipment and broadcast to the entire world. Him from Marineford
live streaming.
I'm sure none of them had ever used video transponder equipment before, but they figured it out so fast.
Buggy's the first YouTuber.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, the tiger appears the next morning.
Whoa, tiger.
Ace attacks first.
Yep.
Sabo wraps a line around its neck. Luffy gum pistols, but then doesn't do anything.
Yep. And then the tiger's going to crush Luffy, but Ace and Sabo stop its foot. And Ace is like, we got to be a team.
It's time for teamwork. Remember what Nagari said?
Yeah, as he watches from the hill.
Yep.
He's like, this is going to be good.
Ace has Luffy stretched like a slingshot.
Yeah, it was a Gum Gum Rockets himself using Luffy and pounds the shit out of that tiger.
It was fucking... So Sabo's distracting the tiger. They run into the woods. Luffy stretches out like a slingshot on either. And as he's like stretching and shooting Ace, Luffy yells Gum Gum, but then Ace says Rocket.
Rocket, yeah.
And he launches right into the tiger's face, and they fucking kill that tiger.
Props to
Hell yeah.
Sabo, too, for slapping his butt and just going, look at my ass, or something.
Like, look at my butt. Here we go. Get over here. Get this butt.
Yeah.
And then...
Big Calvin energy.
Yeah.
Big Calvin.
Sabo's very upset. He's like, oh, man, we just helped Ace become the captain. But then Ace is like, I don't want to be the captain. I don't need to be the captain. And then Nagari's there, and he's like, my work here is done.
Yep. And then fucking reveals his cape as his flag.
Yeah, his cape was his Jolly Roger the whole time. And then we see Blue Jam talking to one of his pirates, and he's like, call Sabo's dad. Sabo, tell him Sabo's coming home.
Yeah.
And that's the end.
Shit's gonna happen.
Of the episodes we watched for today.
MVP for that one is endangered species.
Ooh.
Don't hit a lion with a lead pipe, people.
It's true.
It's not good.
It's true.
What episodes are we watching for next week, Matt?
The episodes that we are watching next week are episodes 500, if you will, all the way to 505. We're watching 6 episodes next week.
Crazy.
Are you excited?
We're at 500 episodes. Surely we're halfway through One Piece.
We're almost halfway. We're almost
How many
halfway.
episodes of One Piece? They're currently 1,119. We're getting there.
We're getting there. We need another like 60 something. Excuse me. Episodes there.
Yep.
I know we're filthy casuals. I think the English dub is still like 30 episodes behind the
that's
weekly
fine.
episodes coming out. So
I think it'll be caught up by the time.
you never know. You never know, Michael. We might have to switch over to the original anime version if we catch up on the English dub.
What if we just started doing 100 episodes per episode? We would catch up really fast.
That would be, I think, a lot of that would be very long episodes of the podcast. We would have to no longer do any fucking individual episode recap. We'd have to just
like
be like,
reading Wikipedia pages.
yeah, we just read the fucking Wikipedia of like, this happened in this arc, then this happened in this arc.
I take offense to being called filthy casual. How many people do you think watched the full recap episodes in the middle of Ennie's Lobby? How many people really sat through them?
Yeah, who watches all the filler episodes and dissects it to an unhealthy degree?
Like,
none of you
we're the real ones.
We're the real ones over here.
I have 3 or 4 books full of notes of observations of this anime that's not supposed to be observed that closely.
Yeah.
I can tell because of Nami's proportions during the G8 arc, which I still have to... That's part of my brain.
I think we've talked for almost a whole week.
Total? Like time spent?
I did the math at one point.
Oh, God. We should end the podcast. We should stop.
No, we can't do that.
Gotta cancel it. What if we did, Matt, that we could watch all the rest of One Piece?
If we ended the podcast just so we could watch, that would be nice. But then what?
Yeah.
Then we'd be waiting.
We'd become what we feared most. A One Piece fan.
Yeah. Our journey, our dreams. You can't. Yeah, just like how Luffy was like, they can just tell us where the One Piece is, and he was like, no, because then I want to have a great journey, and we together need to have a great journey. We can't just skip to the end. Think of all the bits we'll miss out on.
I gotta give the internet's an awful place, but I have to.
We're here to catch the truth, Mike.
We're gonna catch the truth. Make it a T-shirt.
6.625 days.
We're getting there.
We're almost at a week.
We'll do it. We'll do like a 8-hour episode.
That's what I'm saying. I would love to do an 8-hour episode. I think that'd be fun. We could do it. Just saying.
I forget what I was gonna say. It's not important. We got some transponder snails, man. Bada. Colic. Did you have something else to say before?
No, we got some comments on episodes as well.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, let's do the most, no offense to everybody else, but the most important email giver of all time, Ben Tenaru.
Ben Tenaru! Give me the ball. Ben Tenaru Fight Club. Here we go.
Matt, will you remind me to put Ben Tenaru in my will?
Yeah, of course, I will.
Okay.
I will.
The
will of Mike.
I changed my first name to D period, so it's the will of D.
The will of D.
You can read it.
Hey, Matt and Mike. The final battle for the round is Koza versus Alvida. The next battles are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Feel free to ask me any questions. I will answer them honestly. Also, do you remember the time Dr. Anthony Chopper told Luffy that they should have put a pseudo armor around the Earth? I gotta goo, Ben Tenaru. All right, here we go. First,
pseudo.
Don't worry about it. Koza versus Alvida.
Alvida.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does Koza do anything?
He's got an army. He's got an entire army of rebels behind him. Think of that. He's got the entire army of Alabasta scorned rebels behind him to take down the smooth fruit lady.
Is it not just like a 1v1, though?
I guess so. If it's just a 1v1, I'll go Alvida. But if it's like resources versus resources, I might go Koza. But
if we're doing resources versus resources, I will only accept the one-piece baseball team lineups.
Okay. I don't know what those are. Does Koza have a lineup?
Koza's on the Alabasta team with the dog guy, the bird guy, King Cobra, Blue Nami.
What?
And he's on a baseball team.
Okay. Sorry. I thought you were talking about the dog devil fruit guy, but you're talking about Pell and Chaka.
Yeah, Pell and Chaka.
Okay.
And Quack McQueen. Forgot his name.
Karu
and Blue Nami.
Karu and Blue Nami.
He's on team. Yeah. I don't know who's got Buggy baseball team. I think she's on.
Oh man, if she's on Buggy's baseball team, then it's Alvida. Well, it's Alvida because she's technically a Buggy pirate, right? Didn't she join his crew?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's Alvida.
Oh, weird.
What?
Why is his team this? What the fuck?
What is it? Sorry. All right, Ben Tenaru, it's Alvida. We're gonna choose battle.
It's Alvida.
We're taking the battle number 4, please.
This is so weird, Matt. Okay, so sorry. No, this complicates it. On the Alabasta team, we have VV Cobra, Mr. 2, Bon Clay, Pell, Chaka, Koza, and Karu.
Oh, what?
And on the Buggy's Grand Line team, we have Buggy, Alvida, Wapple, Bellamy, Moji, Kabaji, and Chess Marimo, who's the guy
I know Chess Marimo.
Into one person.
Yeah.
Why?
Chess Marimo.
Yeah, so that's a team. Why is Bellamy there?
That's weird. That's really weird. Anyway, yeah, I think we're still going to stick with Alvida, though. Thank you, Ben Tenaru. I don't remember the time that Anthony... Oh, are you...
Pseudo... What the fuck is pseudo armor?
I think Ben Tenaru is making a joke that Dr. Anthony Stark Chopper... Maybe, perhaps... I am Iron Chopper.
Do you remember the time Dr. Anthony Chopper watched Luffy turn into dust? And he said, "I don't feel so good, Mr. Chopper."
Do you remember that time Dr. Anthony Chopper had a bunch of money and gave his ex-wife's ex-husband a food truck to start a food truck business and drive a Cuban sandwich truck from Miami, Florida back to Los Angeles?
No. What?
And there was a lot of great, like, big brass band music playing.
Does Iron Man do that?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, and that version of fucking Sexual Healing by the
So
8 Big
lost.
Brass Band plays.
Mm-hmm.
Is it 8 Big Brass Band?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll tell you. Hot 8 Brass Band. Yeah, fuck yeah. That should be the end of the... Can you do that for the end music for this episode?
A hot bait. I was going to put some... Yeah. Yep.
The Hot 8 Brass Band doing Sexual Healing.
Hot 8 brass band sexual healing. What the fuck?
And it should be like the middle of the song when it cuts into like, ooh, baby.
Okay.
Got hot, not loving.
I guess it's
need
the
some
most
loving.
replayed version.
It's good. Thank you, Ben Tenerife, for your Fight Club transponder sale.
Is this like a... What were you referencing? Thank you, Ben Tenru.
What?
What was that what
I was
reference?
referencing the movie Chef by
I've never
John
heard of that.
Favreau. Fucking, what's his name? Robert Downey Jr.'s in it for a scene, and he makes John Favreau wear like the like special doctor slippers they wear at the hospitals. Because he's like, don't want to scratch the floor. And then he gives him a food truck. Just like Anthony Chopper did that one time.
Just like, yeah, that's right. That did happen.
Yep.
Twice, I think.
Anyway, should we?
Anyway.
We've got one really long transponder snail.
Would you want to talk about the comments we got?
Oh yeah. We got someone on the very first episode of the podcast said, "I love this podcast." And on the
Hell yeah.
second episode of the podcast, they said, "Zoro's the goat, my king." And then someone else on the most recent episode of Marineford said, "Would it be weird to leave emails even though I'm back in Skypea on the podcast? Very caught up anime-wise. Thanks for all you guys do. I don't think it'd be weird at all."
Go for it. It's not going to hear it for a while.
You're not going to hear your transponder snail for a while, unless for some reason you're listening to like the most recent episode of the podcast and then also listening from the beginning, which would be kind of cool. Either way, thanks for your comments. Everybody else out there listening, if you leave comments on episodes of the podcast, maybe we'll read them too. Also, you should like and share and leave a review and stuff because that's cool. It gets us gets us a little more notice on those podcast platforms. Anyway, we have more transponder snails.
This is a long one.
Yeah.
Who's it from? Nimbus. From Nimbus. Random One Piece stuff. I sent this once before. This is in parentheses. I don't think I'm supposed to read this part. I sent this one once before. I have fixed some things, so please ignore that one and just read this instead.
Whoa.
Hey, I've been listening on and off basically since the beginning. I work nights, so I'm always looking for stuff to listen to at work. Hell yeah. After a while of listening to the episodes as they came out, I stopped listening so that I could have some to binge. So I wasn't listening for about a year. Whoa. But after coming back, I had always felt like writing in to provide information that may not be included in the anime or is found outside of the source material, and I even started making a list of things that might be important for you guys to know. Holy shit. Okay, hell yeah. I was going to wait until I caught up, but I lost my list. I just kept it in my lunch bag, so it was bound to happen, lol. Now that I don't have all that to write about, I thought I'd just try to give some fun info you might not have gotten yet. Admittedly, I have skipped parts of the podcast, specifically the email parts. So if you have already gotten any of this info, just ignore. I probably won't remember. So the three admirals' code names are inspired by an old Japanese tale about a boy named Momotaro, who was born from a peach and eventually went on to fight a group of Oni.
A peach.
On his journey, Momotaro was accompanied by a dog, a monkey, and a pheasant. Akainu equals red dog, real name Sakazuki. Aokiji is the blue pheasant, real name Kuzan. Kizaru is the yellow monkey, real name Borsalino.
Borsalino.
I heard that one before. All the Marines have a sense of justice they follow. These are some we know. Sengoku, reigning justice. This is pretty self-explanatory. He wants to uphold justice over everything else and loves the status quo. Sakazuki, thorough justice. Contrary to popular belief, Sakazuki doesn't follow absolute justice. His personal sense of justice is thorough justice. This fits him since he always acts from the perspective of exterminating evil above all else, while everything else, protecting the innocent, following human rights, takes second place. Kuzan, lazy justice. This again is pretty self-explanatory. He believes that justice changes shape depending on the circumstances and that one should have a passive stance when distributing justice since everything is complicated. Borsalino, unclear justice. He just does whatever he feels like at the moment, and that always comes down to following orders. There is no grand pattern or philosophy to it. He just does whatever he's told. That sounds lazier than lazy justice.
That
I took this.
Yeah, that is
part from,
that is unclear.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
He does whatever he feels like, but he follows orders.
Yeah. And sometimes does. Yeah.
Anyway,
he's weird. He's like he feels like a little plot device.
He's like,
is what he feels like.
Kizaru.
Now this is interesting.
This is unclear.
I took this part from a Reddit post talking about it because it was a lot to type. One thing to add is that Kuzan's sense of justice actually changed after the events of Ohara. Oda stated that before Ohara, his sense of justice was burning/fired up justice. This was all revealed in SBS Volume 106, One Piece Magazine Volume 9, and some have also had their sense of justice stated in the story.
Interesting.
Goldie Rogers' sword. What?
Spoilers.
Is this spoiler?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm saying that was spoilers.
Goldie Rogers' sword is named Ace. That's fucked up. Revealed in Viver Card One Piece Visual Dictionary. This is basically an updatable data book that has information about characters on cards that you store in a folder. There is no official English release. He named his son after his sword, or his sword after his son?
I think he named his son after his sword.
That is weird.
Because he
Shanks
died right after he...
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Weird dad.
Weird
Shanks' sword is
dad.
named Griffin.
Weird dad.
Good dad, bad dad, weird dad.
Good dad, bad dad, weird... Ooh.
Yeah.
That might be a good filler episode.
That would be a good one. We have a lot of dads to get through.
Yeah.
Shanks' sword is named Griffin. He did nothing wrong. The Heart Pirates submarine is named Polar Tang. Sentamaru, Big Axe Guy, isn't actually Kizaru's nephew. I don't speak Japanese, but apparently the way Sentamaru calls him uncle is a way that someone would refer to a boss or higher up in the Yakuza. This hints at some sort of relationship between them that isn't familial. One other thing is that, as you've seen him, Sentamaru doesn't actually hold a rank in the Marines. He is only Vegapunk's bodyguard.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Is that something we should find?
Is that something we're not supposed to know? I feel like we're not supposed to know that.
We're in it now, Matt. We're in it now.
Hey, everyone. If there are things you're sending us in a transponder snail, please let us know. Please let us know if it's a spoiler or not.
Yeah, like things that get revealed after the episodes are on, because that seems like that might come up.
Yeah,
whatever.
It doesn't. It seems minor because I don't really care about Sentamaru, but yeah, just keep that in mind, everyone.
One thing recently that I wanted to comment on was Mike's, I think, lol, because nobody can tell us apart. Problem with Blackbeard is his planning. It was Mike's problem.
It was.
Hate that dude. Blackbeard is similar to Luffy in some ways. Kinda. One of which is that fate seems to favor both of them. I would throw Buggy into this group as well. I feel like Buggy is a way better counterbalance. I don't know.
He is.
Fine. It's fine.
I love him.
It's fine. So I understand how you guys have said that a lot of his planning seems convenient because it is. This is the same with Luffy. A lot of what Luffy has accomplished was only accomplished because of some very convenient factors. Dragon and the Lightning saving him from Logtown, Aokiji not capturing them at Long Ring Long Land, being rubber against Enel, etc. I would just like to confirm that Blackbeard has actually planned... I would like to confirm what Blackbeard has actually planned and any info I think may be important about it. Blackbeard learned about the Yami Yami no Mi Dark fruit from the Devil Fruit Encyclopedia at some point and decided he wanted that fruit for whatever reason. The only way he could think to find this fruit was to be on the crew of a powerful pirate that would be more likely to come across devil fruits in general. I don't know if in the English dub they changed what he says, but when Blackbeard was fighting Ace, he told them he would have just given up on his dream if he had never come across the fruit. Some pictures of them talking. Yes, I killed Thatch, number 4th division with my own hands. Got the devil fruit. I stay in Whitebeard's for decades. Fucking talking about your stupid and my bad luck. If my bad luck had continued, I would have just given up someday. But my friend got that fruit before me. So you killed Thatch and stole it. That was just bad luck. His power chose me, Ace. Z ha ha ha. This is. I think he thinks he's special.
Blackbeard? Blackbeard thinks he's special for sure, but I think he's I agree with Michael. He's a little much. He's a little much.
Yeah, it's just like not that stuff doesn't feel contrived, but it's like it just feels like extra like unearned.
Yeah. I mean,
with this dude.
Nimbus says in this little paragraph here, he says, with all that being said to me, it seems like Blackbeard is an opportunist that plans loosely when he has a bit of knowledge about a situation. So far, it just happens to go in his favor. Similar to Luffy, just without the planning aspect, Luffy just acts. I understand all that, for sure. But it just, it's a little, it's the attitude he has, which is very similar to Enru, where he's like, this is my God-given right. I'm so awesome. Look how cool I am. That makes it frustrating.
Yeah, it's okay. I think it is a fault of like right, and it could be an anime thing. Like we don't know how the manga is.
Yeah.
Shiryu aligning with and saving him and Impel Down was luck fate. There's no evidence that tells us Blackbeard was planning to get Whitebeard's fruit until he happened to capture Ace at the very least. We know that he went to Marineford with that intention because Shiryu and the rest of the crew know what he's trying to do when they cover him with a blank cloth. I think getting Whitebeard's fruit was an idea he thought of between capturing Ace and going to Impel Down.
Yeah.
With all that said, to me, it seems like...
I just read this, sorry.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. You jumped a few things down.
I didn't want to jump through. Nimbus is a very long email. I appreciate you taking the time to send all of this. Sorry. It's very good.
I made a video years ago about Luffy Blackbeard that ties in the topic. If you'd like to watch it, there's one vague spoiler in it that I quickly mentioned a character you don't know yet and a connection they have someone you do know. Now I won't defend his devil fruit yet because it's extremely wacky and I think it will be explained through something. I don't think explaining it's going to do it. Explained through something we don't know yet. So until then, I just take it for what the story tells us it is. But for the devil fruits and any wacky thing in One Piece I think there is one thing to always keep in mind. After Alabasta, when the ship falls from the sky, the narrator quotes supposed scientists from One Piece world saying, anything that man can imagine is a possibility in reality. I'm sorry for the length of this email, and I hope something I said was fun or interesting to hear for you guys. Let me know if you'd like me to send more every so often with random information. Thank you for keeping me entertained and helping to pass the time during my work shift. Look forward to you guys jumping into the post-time skip part of your journey. Until next time, Nimbus. And then there's a link to the video.
Nice.
That you can check out. It's called Death and Dreams. Luffy must kill Blackbeard. One Piece theory. So go check that out. I'm not going to watch it.
You should post it in case there's spoilers. You should post it in a spoiler channel in the Discord, Nimbus.
Yeah.
And for the rest of you, link in the description if I haven't already said it.
Yeah, I feel like a thing that happens with One Piece conversations is like there's like a lore aspect and like things can get justified in the lore of the world or whatever, but I feel like for me it's purely like a narrative writing issue. Is that like it's fine that he can do bullshit, whatever. It's kind of annoying, but like it doesn't feel. He just shows up and is like, I'm big and scary. It'll come up later, and it's like that's not a fun way to build up a villain. It's like why I think the way Ace's execution thing could have been better, right? Is because there wasn't a lot of build up to it in the way that like we had with Mary or Robin's whole situation in Enies Lobby in Water 7.
I mean, I think they did a good job ultimately with Ace's, like, because it happened in like the 30, whatever, 40, however many episodes of Marineford. By the end of it, you were bought in as a viewer, Michael.
Yeah, but compared to like stuff we have already seen, like I don't think it had the same emotional impact as the Mary burning.
Yeah.
Right? Like nothing has like hit like that.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
And it feels like cheap storytelling for Blackbeard where it's like, oh, we're doing this thing. We're not going to explain it right now. We'll figure that out later. And it feels like cheap because it feels like, oh, I'm telling you that this is important, but I'm not telling you why it's important. And I don't know when that's going to happen. So I just have to wait. Feels less good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what would fix it necessarily. I'm sure it will pay off and be interesting, but like
right now it's
the whole dynamic of Blackbeard and everything right now is just like I don't feel like dissecting it again, but it just doesn't feel interesting. I don't care about him at all. Like
it's how I felt about
it's not captivating.
It's how I felt about Enru, where the more we get away from Skypiea, all the other stuff around Skypiea is interesting to me, not anything to do with Enru.
Yeah, there's like nothing interesting about that guy.
Yeah, but the rest of like the lore and everything surrounding Skypiea, the more and more we move forward and we learn more stuff, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that came up. Cool. Oh, this. But it has nothing to do with Enru.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating.
Here's what it is. G.I. Joe, right? Cobra Commander. Mm-hmm. He had the worst fucking plans of all time. Sometimes he'd have a good plan and then a subordinate would just underhand him and like, or just fuck it all up. Dude sucks.
Yeah.
Right? Notoriously like incapable villain, but he's there and he's trying.
Yeah.
You get constant like conflict against him and the main villains. They did a movie where suddenly like out of like it's like all the G.I. Joes, they all look ridiculous, and then a laser just comes down and glasses a city, and they're like, what the fuck was that? And Cobra Commander pops on screen. He's like, you guys thought I was dumb, but I was building that the whole time. Like I was doing a bunch of dumb shit, so you were distracted and you thought I was stupid, but you're stupid and I'm smart. And if Blackbeard was like doing that ultimately, but he's not like a present villain.
Yeah.
Like it's Buggy. Not like there's like One Piece Gaiden where he's like, dude, if Buggy was like, you know how I was just fucking around seeming incompetent? I've been working some shit in the background. Get a load of that. Like that would be rad as hell.
We'll see.
Like Buggy having this super duper heel turn.
We'll see. I don't know.
Maybe it'll happen. That would be hype as shit.
Anyway.
Blackbeard's like, I'm going to kill you, Luffy. And then Buggy's like, no, you're not. And then he eats his heart.
Anyway.
I don't know.
We've got one more.
You see what I'm saying?
I do. We have one more transponder snail. It's from none other than the official Rick O'Connell from The Mummy.
From The Mummy.
Officially named by us last episode. Was it last episode or 2 episodes ago? Anyway, Rick O'Connell from The Mummy is here.
I just read ahead. Sorry.
Hey guys, Rick O'Connell from The Mummy here. Honestly, I've never heard of Rick O'Connell or The Mummy, so I'm going to make an educated guess on what it's about. I think Rick is a mummy and he is a family. They're all mummies, and throughout the whole show, they all try to make the best mummy jokes / puns. I'll give my best mummy pun later, but first... I know you guys don't like the post-time skip designs, and I agree with most of them. Here are my rankings, and let me know what yours are. And if you guys haven't seen all the designs, you can skip this part, but I think you guys have already been spoiled on them. 5, Frankie. Not only do I think his shoulders are way too big, they get rid of his amazing hairstyle. I don't see why they tried to improve perfection. 4, Nami Robin. Robin got it a lot worse than Nami, in my opinion. They just grew bigger boobs and shrunk their organs. 3, Yep. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji mainly stay the same, but with a few changes with all of them. 2, Brook, also mainly the same. His hat and scarf are super cool. And 1, Usopp. I do not care what you guys say. His bucket hat is awesome, and so is his color coordination of beige and orange. And he gained a little bit of muscle, but not too much like Zoro did. Okay, now for the amazing mummy pun. What did Nami say while in Arlong Park? I miss my mummy.
Fucked up.
Sorry, that was bad, but I had to try. Don't stop gooning Rick O'Connell from The Mummy.
Damn it. What did I just say?
Thank you, Rick O'Connell.
I'm with you. I don't care what Matt says. I think time skip Usopp looks fucking rad as shit. I think is really cool. I like the big bucket hat, and I like the big floof of hair that's coming out the back.
Jury's out. I'll wait and see when we get there.
All right.
Anyway, thank you, Ben Tenaru. Thank you, Nimbus. And thank you, Rick O'Connell from The Mummy. For your transponder snails. Click.
Well, we've talked enough.
We've talked a lot.
Anything else
this
funny
is way
to
more
say.
than
My
I
throat
thought.
hurts.
This is way more than I thought we were going to talk. You're welcome for an almost 2-hour episode of the podcast, everyone, when we were sleepy.
My throat hurts. Hey, Matt.
Yes?
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
What do you think the One Piece might be at the end of the television series, The One Piece?
I think it's still lead pipes.
Bazinga!
I don't remember what song I said you should put here. Hey.
I'm hot just like an oven. I need some loving. And baby, I can't hold it much longer. It's getting stronger and stronger. And when I get that feeling, I want sexual healing. Sexual